Right, good afternoon everybody. As ever, looking forward to this one. I'm at the Rafisah Dam Walk. Now I was told about this walk by some gentlemen up on... Hello boys, how you doing? Yeah, I was told about this walk when I was doing the Rabi Tower walk a couple of weeks ago. Actually, probably about a month ago now. I do know about this walk and I have been here once before, but I've not done the walk. The reason being I was injured at the time. Got that grade 2 Achilles tendon tear. So although I've been here, I've just been along the bottom of it. I've done this little bit here, although I don't remember it if I'm being honest. So the car parks, I'll put you over my shoulder. So the car park here is a significant amount of car parking. Must be best part of 100 spaces down there. And it's free, hopefully, or I'm going to get a ticket. When you come up from Khorfakkan side, I don't know if this is the case coming from the Fujairah direction, but it's actually signposted on a big brown sign saying Rafisah Dam Walk. So that's quite good. There has been a lot of damage here as a result of those bad floods we had a few months ago now. But someone sort of made a flight of stairs down there, and I walked down the bottom of the car park and I've come up here. What I do like is the fact that it says here, in no uncertain terms, a picture paints 1,000 words. So I like this. Well done, whoever's done this. So that's saying you can't carve into the rocks. That's saying you can't spray into the rocks. This one here is saying no barbecues, no fires, but there is barbecue areas further down, but I presume that's up on the mountainside. This one's saying here, don't drop litter and eat. Well, don't drop litter. I presume you can eat food. So I've got some food in my bag. This one's don't hunt. Sinogama, owls, falcons, Arabian mouse, wild cats, Arabian fox, cat snake, scorpions, and carpet vipers, dearie me. And this one here says don't write on the signs. We've been told, thank you, I won't do it. Right, that's good, that's good. Now then, what can I expect from this climb? Not sure. I know that it reaches the restaurant, which is about 500 metres. That's what I've been told. Now, I've eaten in that restaurant once when it first opened, and it's a long way up. And I saw it quite a long way back down the valley, the drive up. And I continued driving for a few more kilometres. The guys that told me about this on Rabi Tower said this was a harder hike than Rabi Tower. So I'm expecting something a little bit tougher than Rabi Tower, up to 500 metres, although we started at 144 metres here. I've driven up from the coast a little bit. This looks great over my shoulder. This is why it's called the Rafisah Dam Walk. And there's a big reservoir and dam there. We'll see that when we get up there. So just about 5 minutes into the walk now, and I'm up by the dam. Not too much of a warm-up. Straight into big climbing, big steps. Yeah, look at this. Now the hike carries on down there, but there's no way I can turn down an opportunity to see a dam like this. And also maybe find you some interesting information. So there's a restaurant up there, 500 metres. Maybe I've got myself a few dirhams. Maybe I'll treat myself to an ice cream. I've given myself 3 hours to complete this hike. Gets dark about 6:30. We're in October now. I've got my torch in the bag and the emergency equipment just in case. So I've given myself 3 hours. I think I'll be down in plenty of time. Right, here's something interesting now, which I didn't know. I parked in the car park down there, and there is a way to start the walk alongside Rafisah Dam over here, alongside the reservoir, sorry. All this, when they have the Sharjah film festival, all this mountainside is covered in lights. I've been up to see that, it's great. And there's quite a lot of car parking and a few shops up there and restaurants and ice cream parlours and things like that. So yeah, you can park there. You can see all the cars there. You can park there and walk this way. It really is lovely here. It really is lovely. You can rent out a kayak. You can rent out a pedalo, it looks like. These little motorised round vessels. Not sure what you call those. Oh, it almost makes me not want to have to go up the mountain. Makes me... There's some ducks here. Hello. Hello, you two. 1, 2. Any more? Isn't this lovely? It's crystal clear. I'm not saying you could drink it, but you can see the steps. Yeah, come on, let's get walking. All right, so what I remember, because there was some seats just up here, and this is where I sat thinking what a lovely walk this will be. I wonder if I ever get a chance to do it. So there's a, I don't know if it was a bench or just a large man-made seat, wooden bench or rock, I don't know what it was, but I'm sure it was at the bottom here. Then there were some big zigzags that went straight up, and I can see them now. You won't see them, but we're going at least above that one there, at least above. I can say with some certainty, absolute certainty in fact, there isn't a start to a hike in the UAE as breathtaking as this, as pretty as this. You tell me if you think there is, but look at that, that's the start. Yeah, here's that bench I was on about. So what I did was, I sat here, let's sit down, reminisce. I sat here for about half an hour thinking this is nice. And you know what, it's still very nice, but I don't have half an hour to spare. Here we go then, here we go, onwards and upwards. Am I expecting to see other hikers? Probably not. I would like to though. I'd like to see you guys out here as well. You hear me? I forgot. Oh, I've seen some goats. Hello. I was going to show you, look, these. Look at these caves here. Look at these caves. I'd say you could come and camp out in them, but probably not a good idea. Right, there's a goat up here, billy goat, brown. And he's looking at me very strange. And of course, he's got 4-wheel drive, so he's flown ahead. Already getting wonderful views down over Rafisah Dam and Reservoir. This was always going to be a hard slog, and it still is. It is a hard slog. There's no way I'm just going to turn around and say, oh, this is an easy one. I don't think there's going to be any technical side of things. I don't think there's going to be any dangerous part of this route. But if you're climbing up to 500 metres, the weather's quite nice now. 35 degrees, and we've got a very light breeze. 3 or 4 mile an hour breeze, that's all. Now the thing with this is, if you were on an east-facing side or a west-facing side of the mountain, there's a good chance that you're going to have some shade during the day. But this is facing south, directly south. So it looks like we're going to be in south and north facing in this area, of course, with the sun rising in the east, setting in the west, are going to be in the sun all day, more or less. So I'm not going to get any shade, I don't think. But as I say, I know some people, and I would be the same when I was living in the UK or Switzerland or something like that, or even the US. When I say it's only 35 degrees, so the weather's quite tolerable now, and I'm not in a rush. Now then, if you don't think you can do the whole route, and I'll be able to tell you how hard it is once I've finished, there are a series of rest areas. And what I mean by rest areas are, there's about 4 or 5 of these benches on the way up so far. So come along, bring plenty of water, bring some food, and just come and see what it's like. What I'll do for you, I'll check these benches are okay for you. Let's see. How can a wooden, hard wood, straight flat bench feel so comfortable? But it is, it's lovely. Thoroughly recommend it. I saw a gentleman down the valley. He was waiting for his friend when I said, I don't think I'll see anyone, but I don't think you'll see him. But he's got the same idea as me. In the actual fact, he's got a towel on his head now. And yeah, he's resting on one of these benches about 50 metres below me. Well, right then, testosterone is flying through my body now. There's no way he's going to catch me up. No way. So come on. There is no other way to get to the top than just to keep moving. There is that expression, if you can walk, you can run. That's not the case now. This is just going to be a gentle plod. Right, those benches I mentioned, they continue up the climb. I've no idea, I didn't keep count because I didn't realise the significance of them. But I'm guessing now that must be at least 10 benches, and there's certainly another one further up. So, if I was Sharjah municipality or the outdoor adventure section, the parks part of the municipality, whoever does this trail, consider, just look at this view by the way, consider naming these benches and make them part of the route. I'm a big advocate of information, notice boards, signs, heights, distances, interesting facts. You know me by now. Yeah, it's a good old slog this. I've been walking 35 minutes now, fairly non-stop, had a quick drink, seconds though. I'm at 300 metres, started at 144, and as soon as I turn past that bench, and what I do is I'll count the benches on the way down, so you can use them as markers on the way up when you come. But there's been a lovely breeze just start, and this is the reason, look. So I'm on the top of some sort of something. And what is it? Oh no, that's quite interesting. Right then, I know the restaurant is at 500 metres. And I was thinking, those guys have got it wrong, you know, because Rabbit Tower, no way this can be harder. And they made it sound like it was much harder than Rabbit Tower. And in actual fact, let's go there. That there reminds me of being up on Jebel Jais. That there is where the restaurant is on the top. Now for me to get there, I thought I was going to scout around maybe on one of these access routes for the electrical pylons. But in actual fact, I've got to drop down quite a way, and I can see I can see a wall of death up there. Honestly, I've never been here, but I'm going to hazard a guess that you can't see it now, but I can see all the steps all cut in. Even the fly's getting a bit worried. So we got a long way to go. It could be a tough one. Let's chat. Remember what I was saying. If you're alive, you can stand up. If you can stand up, you can walk. If you can walk, you can run. Nah, forget it all. Just keep your powder dry. That's the expression I'm going to use now. What I am pleased with, though, I'm suddenly... Oh, yeah. Now, my head is quite big, and there's a lot of blood in there. My head gets quite hot. Obviously, I've got the... often described as the iPad Pro version of the brain, not the iPad Mini. I am the iPad Pro, so it works quite hot. I've just walked down a wonderful trail, absolutely wonderful. I'm whispering now because it's totally quiet here. Totally quiet. So, a little bit to think about. When we're coming back, we've got to walk back up there, and it's 265, so I've dropped 35 metres. in a very short space and distance. So there's definitely quite a steep climb out to this valley. Now I'm on those steps of death, I shall call them, and they do look tough. Right. Exactly the same hiking trail sign as the old ones on Rabi Tower. Do you remember? Gosh, struggling now. Do you remember I showed you the new ones? I'm back up to 300 metres now, 305 metres. And there's a sign there that kind of points that way. So I've got to walk into that wall. It would seem logical to go this way towards the restaurant. But this is the first time I've done it. I'm walking blind. I shall give it a few minutes. If I don't get the feel, the vibe, if I think I'm going the wrong way, I'm not going to be afraid to turn around. Also, that guy that had the towel on his head at the beginning, I can see right across the valley now, and he's not to the top where at 300 metres where I first turned the camera on, where I first got the breeze, in effect the top of the first climb above the benches. So whether he has thrown the towel in now and decided to call it a day, which I'd understand. The good thing is a lot of footprints here. I say a lot of footprints, there are some footprints here. So I'm optimistic. 356 metres, so it's been a bit of a slog up here, but nice nonetheless. UAE, United Arab Emirates. There's a nice little flat bit going on. I can see the top up there. There's no point in putting the camera up, you won't see it. I'm still probably 150 metres height below the summit, so I would say there's a good half an hour of climbing yet, at least. And I am walking into the unknown, into the abyss. I'm in the blind, as they say. I've been on these access roads for the electric pylons, and it looks like the hiking trail goes off-road again now. Not that that's really been on-road, let me be honest. As I say, it's been a bit of a slog up here. The expression onwards and upwards, that has never been more pertinent. Up we go. Ooh la la. Ooh la la, look at this. And there's the top, just in case you can see it. There's the top. A lovely breeze again, absolutely lovely breeze. Keeping the old body cooled down, even though I'm drenched. Absolutely drenched. Great trail. Well done, Sharjah. Great trail, look at this, yeah. I love it. I wish it wasn't going down, because it means I've got to come back up on the way home. It is an out and back, as I've been led to believe as well. Same trail up, same trail down. I don't mind that at all. I prefer the loop, but yeah, I don't mind them at all. I've just turned the corner there, and look at this. Look at this. You really get the feeling now that you're on a big hiking trail. You're in the middle, up towards nearly 400 metres altitude. And look at this, big steps. Great views. Great views across the whole Sharjah mountains. Love it. I can see where the trail goes all the way up there. Wow. You won't see this, but this is spectacular. Top trail, well done, Sharjah, once again. I'm over 400 metres now, 410 metres. And I've been walking 3.4 kilometres. And been going an hour and 20 minutes. So I've been plodding quite well. Ooh, there's me stopping. Places that I could see, look at this. Places I could see, places I walk past now, just little dots on the horizon. Distant memories. The top part of this walk, and it carries on up, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely, I'm telling you, from the Rafisah Dam to the first bridge, the first place where, from Rafisah Dam up past all the benches, I say the dozen or so benches, is brilliant. That's a great walk. This bit in the middle down here is neither here nor there, where you walk past the pylons along the sort of the mountain access roads. But this bit here, I'm telling you, I've been on most of the walks in the country, most of them. And I'm saying now, not it's as good as, it's better than everywhere else I've been. This bit here, I'm anticipating to be the best, I say, kilometre of walking I've done here in the UAE. And that's saying something. So we'll see at the top. It really is fantastic. I'm up over 470 metres now. That's altitude current. Obviously I've climbed more than that because I've been down quite a bit to come back up. There's been quite a little bit of undulating. These giant steps are endless. That's the only way to describe them. Endless. However, brilliant. How can something be so hard? How can something be so hard and tortuous and difficult and strength sapping and challenging and tiring and painful be so good? I love it. I think I'm nearly there, you know. I think I'm nearly there. Do you know what? I can almost, if it wasn't for all the sweat and in my mouth, I can almost taste the ice cream. I can hear the person asking me, the seller, what flavour do you want? And I say, I don't mind any flavour. Any flavour. What size ice cream do you want? And I'll say, what a silly question. The biggest that there is. And they'll look at me strange. But I know what I've done to deserve it. And so, I'm looking forward to it. If I had a choice right now, preferred ice cream, preferred choice, last ice cream before I die, strawberry cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake, yes please. That's what I'm looking for. I can hear a car coming up. I know someone that's got a red pickup. It could be Abdul Rahman. It sounds rough as that as well. Now, of course, I've got excited about the ice cream. I wonder if I carry on up the road. This has been moved out for a reason, hasn't it? Oh, I hope I don't have to finish off on the road. I hope so. Oh, that would be a shame if this is the case. That would be a shame. But it's much easier. Lucky people in their Mitsubishi, or is it a Peugeot? I think it might be a Peugeot. I don't care. Well, right then, this is a celebration. These things up the side of the road, they look like bin lids, but they're not, they're lights. What a fantastic walk, apart from this last bit here up the road. Even though, if I'm being honest, it's nice. Why do you want to make it any more difficult? Right, 495 metres. Can hear the engine of the truck. Turn it off. Fucking hate it. Turn off the engine. Lots of people have got the bus up here. I had a walk up here. Hello there.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, fine.
Whew. Long walk.
Yeah.
You know there's a mountain trail. You don't come up the road, there's a mountain trail. A trail in the mountains.
Yeah.
So you should go.
Okay, I will try.
It's tough though. You see, people here probably think I've just walked up from the car park, or probably walked up the road even. But I'll tell you now, the walk up from Rafisah Dam to here, 497 metres, is a lovely cool breeze. The walk up from Rafisah Dam, past the benches, down into the quiet valley, up along the mountain access roads, finishing off with that single trail, windy path through the mountain is without a doubt the hardest way up here. It's well worth the effort though. It's taken me, let's have a quick look. It's taken me an hour and 40 minutes to get up. An hour and 40. Just a bit over 4 kilometres, just a little bit over 4 kilometres. So it's going to be an 8 kilometre round trip. But let's see how good the ice cream is now. Let's see. Here's the restaurant, by the way, look at this. And the views are amazing. So if you can't walk up here, get the car up. You have to pay a toll at the bottom. It's a few dirhams to drive up, but it's a small price to pay. It's really popular. There's Khorfakkan port. That's Rabi Tower. The coastal trail's over there. There's the Corniche. Fujairah. That way. Come on. Ice cream. Let's get an ice cream. I suppose this is what it's like on top of Mount Everest when you get there. Oh no, probably not. Right, I don't really want to go into the restaurant because I am smelly. I will go here. The gelatist. Gelato, some Italian. Come on. Come on. Hello there. Oh, yes please. Madagascar vanilla, please.
In a cone or in cup?
Cone, please. I thoroughly recommend the Madagascar vanilla ice cream. No strawberry cheesecake, which is a bit of a shame, but I suppose beggars can't be choosers. Right, I'll just walk around once now. I haven't got a long time, really, if I'm being honest. It's going to be a good hour to get back down. There's a lot of car parking, as you can imagine here. It's a big tourist place. Lots of Instagram photos down there. The views are spectacular. I'd definitely say come and have a sit in the restaurants and have a nice, I presume the menu's good. I came up here about a year ago. It was very quiet when I was here. And I remember having a burger and some stuff there. I can't remember exactly, if I'm being honest. It's a bit busy now. It's absolutely fantastic stuff.
I can't wait to see my hotel.
I've forgotten about my ice cream. Okay, that's enough tourist stuff done. That's enough tourist stuff. Got to get home. Been 4.3 kilometres. An hour and 50 minutes in total with ice cream eating. And here we go then. Here we go. Right, the sun's setting now and I've really just started the descent. So I'm not going to hang around now. I've got my torch in my bag. So it won't be the end of the world if I descend in the dusk. But I don't want to. And there's a big game of football kicking off at 7:30 between Liverpool and Manchester City in the Premier League. So I want to get back to make sure I see that. Hopefully Manchester City will do a job on Liverpool. And I'm sure they will, even though it's at Anfield. Yeah, I'm going to get a wiggle on now. I'm going to get a move on going down. So I'll probably turn the camera on right at the end, say my goodbyes. Great walk though. I've now been 4.85 kilometres. I'm 2 hours into the day, but I spent quite a few minutes up having my ice cream. I would say I probably got about an hour to get down, maybe. Sun has gone behind the mountains now. Sun has set behind these mountains, however. There's still a little bit more for it to set over Dubai. So I've got at least half an hour of daylight, I hope. Come on, get a move on. Okay, I'm on the top of the final summit. So I'm going to descend now to Rafisah Dam. And there it is. Darkness is nearly upon me. Well, I suppose it really is upon me. I've got my torch, I'll get it out in a second. So I've been 2.5 hours. I still must have about 20 minutes of descending yet, I would suggest. 6.8 kilometres, although I did a couple of 100 kilometres across the dam exploring. Right, I'll say my goodbyes at the bottom, nearly there. This is a tough climb, worth the effort, absolutely. I'll count the benches. 1. Oh, what's that? Whoosh. Yeah, darkness comes very quickly here in the UAE. And so when I say about bringing a torch, if you're serious about your hiking and doing this regularly, you know, give yourself plenty of time. That's the perfect scenario. But you never know what might happen. The truth is, this has gone to plan. Because I always knew that I might have to descend with the torch. I mean, I love descending with the torch, by the way. It brings a new dimension to the whole thing. But bring a torch with you. Yeah, go to Wolfie's bike shop. Go and buy yourself one of these torches. They're great. Exposure. Look at that. I've forgotten the number of benches. I think that's number 8. Right, I counted, I think, 11 or 12 benches to help you get up or down. It's taken me 2 hours and 50 minutes, including ice cream. Moving time 2 hours 40, really. I'll give yourself a minimum 2 hours and 40. I'll give yourself up to 4 hours, 4.5 hours. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to say that's the hardest walk that I've done, the hardest trek that I've done, including up Jebel Jais, the highest public place, the highest public point in the UAE, including Jebel Al Ram, which has got the hardest section still, physically. Not technically, but physically. This is a really tough hike. Do not take it lightly. If you do decide to attack this one, be prepared. Plenty of water, plenty of food, plenty of time, plenty of everything. Make sure you tell someone where you're going on this. There's some quite remote places on it. So, it's going to be 8 kilometres all in. It's a great walk. It's definitely advanced. It's the toughest that I've done here in the UAE. Okay. Listen, guys, thanks for joining me this evening. I was going to say this afternoon, but it's now this evening. I'm saying my goodbye because any second now I'm going to see the Explorer truck, and I am absolutely drenched from head to foot in sweat, and this has been one of the cooler days. Listen, thanks for joining me. Rafisah Dam Walk, the full version, up to the restaurant. I'll tell you how many metres climbed. 500 metres climbed and lost. Not 500 metres from 144, 500 metres in total. That's why it was so tough. It all makes sense now. I forgot to mention as well, next weekend I'm doing a double header. I'm doing the UAE's newest hiking trail. And also, whilst I'm up in the north of Fujairah, I'm actually staying at the Fairmont Hotel this weekend, so looking forward to a little bit of luxury. Might include that in one of the videos. But whilst I'm staying up in the north of Fujairah, I am also going to do my favourite trail, which is, you've heard me say it a few times, the Ain Al Sharia Geological Trail. So I'm really looking forward to that. So please subscribe to make sure you don't miss these films that are coming out. And I'm making them regularly now. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on all this quality content. Take care once again, everybody. Peace out. The English Explorer. And there's the truck. There she is. Thank you.